Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in today's second video, doing European Outlook for today's second video. So as always on a Thursday, we're having a look at the weather for the next week to 10 days in detail across Europe. And I shall get all that for you very shortly. Just say that the first video released today was our nice little 7 AM upload, looking at the weather for the UK for the next 2 or 3 days. So have a look at that. Have not yet seen it. I'm going to have a 10 to 14 day, including all off-breaker features coming up for you later on this afternoon. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the videos. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Right, so this is how things are currently looking across Europe today. So we've got a large area of high pressure sitting across northern Europe through Scandinavia and reaching down into western Europe as well, in towards Ireland and the UK, northern parts of France. Further south and east of that, got a trough of low pressure through these central and eastern parts of Europe, and then coming down into the Mediterranean. Got some pretty weak pressure down there as well. Upper temperatures look pretty cold across many parts of Europe, it has to be said. Warmest upper temperatures are like across southwestern parts of Russia and down into the eastern part of Med, and then also around Spain and Portugal. But that said, most parts of Europe under that trough of low pressure or the ridge of high pressure in Scandinavia are looking at the very least chilly, if not cold. Precipitation-wise, there's actually a lot of dry weather across northern and western Europe, as you expect, under an area of high pressure. Most unsettled conditions are through the central and eastern parts of Europe, some big showers and thunderstorms around the Russian-European border. And then going down into the Med, we actually have got some big showers and thunderstorms through the central bowl of Med, down into North Africa and into southern parts of Spain and Portugal, somewhat unusually. Temperatures are pretty cold across many parts of Europe today, especially so through central and northern areas. The warmest around temperatures, as I said, in the southwest of Russia, into 20 degrees, into low 20 degrees there. And through most parts of the Med, it's not bad. I mean, the temperature is probably still a bit below average, really, in many parts of the Med, but we're probably into the upper teens to low 20s in many areas. Portugal and Spain doesn't look too bad, probably into the low 20s Celsius there. Don't get excited about, but at least it's a bit warmer there. Right through into tomorrow, Friday, high pressure again dominating over Scandinavia. Across northern and western Europe, we've got low pressure in the eastern part of Europe, this area of low pressure here around Ukraine, and we've got more sort of a weak pressure, if not beginning to move towards low pressure actually, through the Mediterranean. Our air temperatures continue to look quite cold, really, across many areas, although we are pulling some of that warmth from Russia in towards the Baltic Sea and northeastern parts of Europe. But generally, for northern, central, western Europe, it's a cool scene. Hottest temperatures in the southeastern part of Med, doesn't look too bad through Spain and Portugal either. Precipitation-wise, again, plenty of dry weather through northern and western Europe under that area of high pressure. Outbreaks of rain further eastwards through Ukraine in particular and into western parts or southwest parts of Russia. I mean, down into Med, again, we've got some showers, maybe not quite as heavy and widespread as today across southern Spain and Portugal, but the showers do progress further eastwards actually through the Mediterranean, perhaps affecting parts of Corsica and Sardinia and Malta, for example. Temperatures tomorrow, again, quite a cool scene, really across most parts of Europe. Highest of air temperatures are in the eastern and western parts of Mediterranean, but overall, those temperatures are pegged back below where you would expect them to be in the middle of April. Saturday, high pressure continues to dominate over northern parts of Europe. Low pressure increasingly looking like it's developing through this central part of the Mediterranean. Our air temperature is still a little bit on the chilly side, maybe not as cold as it has been, but nevertheless probably still lower than what you'd expect. Again, the hottest temperature coming out of Africa into this extreme southeastern part of the Med and into towards the Middle East. But most parts of Europe again looking quite chilly on Saturday. A lot of dry weather on Saturday, although there will be some heavy showers and thunderstorms breaking out in the southern Adriatic and possibly affecting parts of the Balkans. And then more heavy showers and thunderstorms could be breaking out from the central bowl of the Med and into northern parts of Africa. They might involve the holiday islands of like Mallorca, Menorca, Ibiza, for example. Although central Spain and Portugal looking mainly dry. Southern Italy might pick up some heavy showers too. Most parts of Europe, though, are dry on Saturday. We could get some wet weather coming in towards Ireland and possibly western parts of Scotland by the end of the day. Temperatures may be lifting up just ever so slightly. You see a little bit more yellow appearing there. That's taking the temperatures into the mid-teens Celsius in more areas. But I think still rather cool, really, in most parts of Europe, away from southern Europe, where the temperature, again, will be into the upper teens or below 20s Celsius in some areas. Sunday, high pressure is sitting over Scandinavia, keeping weather quiet across much of northern Europe. Again, we could get some lower pressure developing through the central part of the Mediterranean. Low pressure increasingly trying to move in towards either the UK as well. Upper air temperatures begin to lift up in the western side of Europe, so probably getting back closer to average and becoming a little bit milder generally across much of Europe. Although, never get excited about the hottest temperatures, again, in the extreme southeastern corner, and pretty warm through parts of Spain and Portugal as well. Precipitation-wise, so more showers through the central bowl of the Med, possibly affecting Italy a little bit more on Sunday. And some of these might start to extend up into some central western parts of Europe as well. So, for example, Poland, Germany might start to see some showers breaking out. Maybe even getting in towards some parts of Scandinavia. So Denmark might get some heavy showers, as might southern parts of Norway. But most of Scandinavia and northeast Europe dry under the area of high pressure. Much of western Europe dries. France, Spain, Portugal dry through there. Could be cloud and patchy rain coming across Ireland and the UK. Temperatures on Sunday looking like that. So just again lifting up, see a little bit more yellow starting to appear. That's beginning to get the temperature back into mid-teens Celsius more widely across Europe. Coldest temperatures perhaps through the Balkans, and maybe even cold of some snow through there. Definitely cold of snow with showers over the Alps, of course. Right, go through the Monday. High pressure still sitting over northern eastern parts of Europe. Low pressure looks like it's developing in the southeastern part of Europe from the Adriatic to the Black Sea. And maybe just beginning to bring some lower pressure into some western and northwest parts of Europe as well. Again, notice the temperatures increasing day by day in terms of the upper air temperatures, probably the surface temperatures too. So much more yellow appearing now with the upper air temperature forecast, and so on the surface, I think that again is probably getting the temperature into the mid-teens Celsius quite widely. Heavy showers and storms around the Black Sea, lighter showers but fairly widespread through the central parts of Europe and down into central Med. Some outbreaks of rain coming in towards Ireland and west part of Scotland again, but much of the UK and France, Spain, Portugal mainly dry. Most of Scandinavia looks dry as well on Monday. Temperatures again just lifting up a little bit more. So I think we're widely into the mid-teens Celsius through many parts of central, western, northern Europe. Down into the Mediterranean, we're probably into the upper teens or low 20s Celsius by early next week. Into Tuesday, so it looks like we're weakening pressure here now across northern and central parts of Europe. The low pressure is over on the east side of Europe, and possibly starting to raise pressure again, though, out in the west and in the northwest too. Upper air temperatures don't look too bad, they're reasonably mild across most parts of Europe. We have got more showers breaking out by Tuesday, so definitely pressure is weakening through the central western parts of Europe as well, and extending into the east as well. Many more showers from northern France, Low Countries, and Germany, all the way over to the Black Sea. Much of northern Europe, though, still looking pretty dry. Most of Scandinavia looks dry. Outbreaks of rain, a lot of it light and patchy through Ireland and the UK. Some heavier rain, some heavy showers and thunderstorms through Spain. In particular, there could be some big storms through Italy as well. The central part of the Med looking reasonably settled. And then down into the southeast part of Europe, mainly dry through there. The temperature on Tuesday going to be reasonably mild in most areas by this point. Wednesday sees high pressure begin to reform over the western side of Europe as this area of low pressure begins to dig down in towards Scandinavia, so quite a big change by the middle of next week. That starts to bring cooler or colder air back into northern parts of Scandinavia. Most parts of central, southern and eastern Europe looking reasonably mild, a little bit cooler again for Ireland and for the UK. Heavy outbreaks of rain, could be some hill snow mixed in, mountain snow over Scandinavia, and then heavy showers extending down through Germany and Poland into the southeastern part of Europe, through the Balkans, and down into maybe even into parts of Greece and also Italy. More heavy showers and thunderstorms likely through Spain. They could push on into the central bowl of the Med, mainly dry for much of western France, UK and Ireland. Temperatures on Wednesday reasonably mild in most areas. Not particularly hot, but reasonably mild in most areas. Perhaps turning a little bit colder though across parts of Norway and possibly into Sweden as well. And then Thursday, we'll see this area of low pressure sitting over Scandinavia. It starts to pull cold and northern winds back into northern Europe. At the same time, I have this ridge of high pressure through west of Europe and down into Mediterranean. We're also trying to move some low pressure out of Africa, which is quite unusual for that to happen. The upper air temperatures look like that, so colder for the far north of Europe, otherwise not too bad with the upper air temperatures on Thursday. Showers along the spells of rain with sleet and snow possibly mixed in over Scandinavia, extending down into the east side of Europe, heavy showers and maybe some thunderstorms through the east part of Europe. Some heavy, maybe torrential storms begin to push out of North Africa and heading into southern parts of Spain and the Mediterranean. That could be one to keep an eye on, quite an unusual development. And then much up the west side of Europe, many places looking mainly dry on Thursday, becoming a little bit warmer across Western Europe as well. So southern France could see the temperature going into the mid-20s there. That's around, around 25 Celsius, 77 Fahrenheit, possibly down to Spain and Portugal, seeing the temperature into the mid-20s Celsius as well. So maybe becoming warm for the first time for quite a while in that southwestern part of Europe. Generally quite warm through much of the Mediterranean, but Scandinavia looks cold, otherwise probably near normal with the temperature. I'll just run you out to day 10. So this is Friday 23rd, next Friday. So turning a little bit more unsettled in the northwest of Europe, still quite cold though over Scandinavia. And then through Saturday and Sunday, we start to get this ridge building up the western side of Europe, up to Scandinavia. So broadly similar to the pattern we've got right now, actually, high pressure ridging through the north and west of Europe. Central and east areas look like they're under low pressure, as is the Mediterranean as well. So heavy showers and thunderstorms probably expected through the Med and into eastern parts of Europe there. Right, that's it for this week's European Outlook. We'll do it all over again next Thursday. If you enjoy this podcast, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. We're back later on with your 10 to 14 dayer, which will include all our regular features. So I'll see you for that then. For this one, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.